Welcome everybody to our presentation on our company Game Now. So what is Game Now? Game Now is the smartest way to game based off of a cloud-based gaming service which harnesses cloud software to allow for ease of access to a multitude of differing games. We have a compatible device accessibility, allowing for cross-platform play and integration of all devices, including like Xbox, PlayStation 4, all those main players. We also offer a very large selection of gaming options to choose from, allowing for all gamers of all different options to choose what they would like to game on. We're also a subscription-based service to reduce costs and allow for maximum savings over time. Here we have our roadmap or our table of contents of what we're going to be discussing today. We have our background on the company, our table of contents, problem solving, where are we going to be providing that value, what separates us from the competition, our hypothesis and testing, prototype demonstrations, pro forma financial statements, capital acquisitions, capital spending, and our future visions of the company.
So the problem we are solving and how we're going to solve it. So the problem is the inability to travel with current market gaming consoles, lack of accessibility to newly released consoles and video games, high prices, and storage space. The solution to this that our product will solve is the ease of travel, accessibility to new video games, large selection of gaming options to choose from, one-time fee for our software and product, and then an affordable plan, subscription plans after that, and then cloud-based storage, which won't fill up the natural storage overall. In our competition and how our product is different, the market contains companies, the notable ones such as Microsoft, which has the Xbox consoles, and Sony, which has the PlayStation consoles. Both of these companies offer subscription online gaming, yet are limited in areas we have improved upon with our product. Our product provides easier accessibility and on-the-go gaming. Both companies have games that are limited to their platform, which means you cannot alternate games from console to console. These companies have limited players to only being able to play with other users that have the same brand of console. The price, just the console itself for the Xbox Series X is $300 to $500. The PlayStation 5 is $400 to $500, and our price for our product is $50 to $200.
So to test our hypotheses, we were able to do 4 kinds of testing. We first wanted to figure out whether it would be feasible to acquire large amounts of cloud storage, and we tested this hypothesis by interviewing 2 experts. We contacted a software engineer from Amazon Web Services, and they gave us a quote of $170 per terabyte, which can help us make more accurate estimations of our operating expenses. And we also talked to the head of sales at Sysdig, who talked about some of the challenges and said it would cost about $50,000 per year. Both experts seem to agree that in-house infrastructure for cloud gaming is not as feasible, so it'd make more sense to use an already existing infrastructure and pay for that expense. We tested our next hypothesis, whether consumers would even want to buy our product, by using a method talked about in the Lean Startup. We used the concept of concierge minimum viable product by borrowing the various kinds of video game platforms, Xbox, PlayStation, PC, etc., and video games offered by these platforms from our friends and family. We then selected an 18-year-old test user in our target demographic and set up each of the consoles in one room for the test user to choose whichever game they wanted to play, and performed all the work ourselves, essentially simulating the way cloud gaming works. We received a very positive response, and the parents were even interested in the lower costs due to economies of scale. Third, we further analyzed the value of our product by conducting interviews with 25 people in our target demographic, and found that 84% were looking for a console that would work in the same way our cloud platform would work. We also conducted detailed research on the competition to figure out what has gone wrong in the industry. Google Stadia made the mistake of launching their beta version without doing the kind of testing recommended in the Lean Startup. We also found that Google offered very little incentive to investors for Google Stadia, but Stadia did use the pay-as-you-go method in the Lean Startup, which worked for them. Finally, we created a wireframe prototype, which we'll talk about on the next slide.
While our product has a fairly complex backend utilizing pre-existing cloud networks, our prototype aimed to keep things very simple and user-friendly. The initial page seen on the left is a login page that the customer can use to navigate to sign in or sign up for the service. If the customer has not yet created a profile, they will then move on to the profile creation page seen next. First, they will input their desired username and login info, and eventually payment information. Next, we'll want to get more information about what games the user is interested in playing through GameNow's services. We have broken down the categories into popular game types such as racing, shooters, open world, battle royale, and adventure games. This will prove to be an effective way to test our customer base to understand which types of games we should be pursuing the licensing agreements for. This data will help our team spend more time effectively while developing access to games that will be a major value add to the service. Once we have more information about the preferred gaming styles of the customer, they will come to a screen that displays the popular games from the categories they have selected. The user will be able to easily browse the games through this menu. Once the game is clicked, the customer will be taken to a page where they can either view a short trailer of the game or gain access to play. Collecting the data about who plays what games, how long they're playing them, and if they're switching between games will give us valuable data while further negotiating more long-term licensing agreements. Next is a page that shows a simulated gameplay screen where the customers will be enjoying the game of their choice. Once they finish, they will be able to save their progress and log off to play another time.
Our pro forma income statement projection is from 2024 to 2028. We project that in our first year out of beta and alpha testing, we will have around 85,000 subscribers and sell around 30,000 controllers, reaching a total revenue of 5.4 million. We created this initial number by researching the projected market size of the industry, the estimated microeconomy growth, as well as the income statements of many competitors and their current projection of their own revenue growth. From our research, we found that the cloud gaming market is expected to grow at a rate of 48.2% compounded annually and reach a size of 7.24 billion by 2027. With that being said, we created many high, low, and average estimates for our growth of revenue. We project that it will grow at a rate of 15% from 2024 to 2025, 33% from 2025 to 2026, 39% from 2026 to 2027, and 40% from 2027 to 2028. Regarding capital, we are currently seeking $5 million by December of 2021. We are asking for $5 million because of three major needs: infrastructure, marketing, and research and development. For infrastructure, our budget is focused on PP&E, the development of our relationships with game developers, and the licensing of games. For marketing, we would like to be able to promote our service to customers across the United States in order to create a sense of excitement about our company and have the ability to reach several market segments within our target market. Our biggest focus is, and will be for many years to come, is research and development. Technology is constantly getting better, growing, and updating. In order for us to have a presence in the market and have the ability to compete with other companies, we must spend the majority of our earnings on funding, and funding on R&D. With all that being said, we again are asking for $5 million for the fiscal year of 2021 and hope to reach levels of 15 million or more by 2024.
Using our seed funding, we hope to accomplish raising $5 million from initial seed funding to then grow our profitability from there. We will use the seed funding to acquire gaming licenses as well. And we also plan to use the seed funding to develop infrastructure around cloud storage. We feel that if we're able to receive enough seed funding to get our business on its feet, it has exponential growth capabilities of up to $7.24 billion by 2027, given the market. For the future of our company, we plan to partner with a company called Steam to stream the games from their website. And then additionally, we plan to increase our IRR for our investors. We have high hopes for GameNow. It has potential to be a highly profitable company and grow rapidly over the next few years, as there are not many products on the market that encompass the breadth of GameNow. We are certain this product will be well received in the industry.